Hello, is it me you're looking for? I could see it in your eyes, and I could see it in your smile. I'm all you ever wanted, and your heart is open wide, 'cause you don't know what to do, and you don't know what to say. I singing the song so wild and so wrong. However, but let me start by saying I love you. I jacked that right up. I sorry. I sorry. I tried. Good morning, my peoples. Good morning, my beautiful children of God. Good morning. I had a dream. And I dreamed we was I was to the fish fry with my family members, my wicked family members. I thought I don't know if everybody was wicked, but the main characters, I was there with my mommy and my auntie Opal, and my Grammy was sitting next to me. I feel like there might have been one more body present, but extra. That's an extra. I think I can't say who the person was. If I want to just guess and say, since it was aunties, it might have been my Auntie Monique, but I didn't see no face on the person. We'll say that's my Auntie Monique, but she's my good auntie. She ain't wicked. So, um, yes, like I said, my Auntie Monique is the woman that taught me to be a good mother. Listen to me. God is amazing, and he's creative. Okay, he finds ways to get the information to whom wants it. Okay, so though my mom was out in the world doing whatever, I had an example, which was my auntie. She was a beautiful auntie. She was a beautiful mother, a type of mother which didn't want fly to land on her children. And I admired that about her from a small young child. She would do anything to keep her kids safe. You understand? That's the type of Annie. She would do anything in her power. She is a good person. She's the type of woman who would do anything in her power, in her reach of being a good person and not going, for her children. Okay, and I learned that from her. I learned to be a loving, caring, intense mother from my Auntie Monique. Okay, so good. Thank God. Let's thank God. Everybody say thank God for Annie Mo. Thank God for Annie Monique. Monique. I love her very, very, very much. And I had a dream. Let's say we was to the fish fry, and then I didn't have no money or whatever. As you know, I didn't have no money or whatever, and I was like, "Mommy, buy me some food." And she said back in the chair, she was like, "Why don't you buy me something to eat for a change?" So confirmation, but I know without confirming at this current time, but it's something confirmed. She lay back and say, "Why don't you buy me something to eat for a change?" So then I was thinking in my head, well, if I ask you to buy me food, that means I ain't got it right now, eh? So then my auntie Opal jumps in and say she got to buy food for me. that's my sister or however, whatever. That's the one who misled my mom into this wicked world. Okay? Oh, Jesus. I was just thinking about, oh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. We should never go there. Let's not go there. I'll tell you what I was thinking about. Anyway, I was just thinking about when I came out my horrific experience in the hospital. Not come out the hospital, but when they rolled me out of the theater, I remember seeing my mommy and my ex-husband in the distance looking at me. And when they rolled my bed past them, I started to cry. I was like, I had the worst experience ever. And my mommy like cut me off, and she's like, at least you made it. At least you ain't dead. You know, or however that kind of nature. I can't remember the exact words, but she shut me up like, don't it over now. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, she must be just grateful to see that I alive. But when I think about that moment, I feel like she left the hospital. It's like she only come to watch them roll me out the theater, and she left. She did not even stay to see if I was okay or to even see my baby. The only person who came to the hospital to see my baby was my husband, my ex-husband's mother. And that was so strange. I don't know why. I don't know. Because when I had my daughter, my aunties them came. I didn't call my aunties them to say, come see the baby and thing. They just come, but nobody came to see my son other than his Grammy on his daddy's side. I just want to intervene and let the people of God know that the reason for that, nobody coming to see my son, is because when I married my ex-husband, I was under satanic rulership. And under satanic rulership, they are on an agenda to make you feel unloved by others, lonely. They isolate you from the people that love you and make you feel unloved so that you could cling to the enemy. Okay? And of course, so they could, kill your spirit and make you feel like shit. You ain't shit. You ain't nothing but a dog in Satan system. That's what that was about. The proof is always in the pudding, people of God. Back to the regular fucking program. These stink dogs has cost me case. This is what they want in the world. People to feel unloved. That's all saying the agenda about. To make fucking, oh, Jesus. To make violent people out of you. To make hateful people out of you. To make angry people out of you. My mommy came to the hospital, must see in this fucking belief that I must be still alive. Just to watch them roll me out and be upset. Anyway, I feel like God just just showing me things now, to make, just to, just show me things. Anyhow, that's not what I wanted to talk about at all. But I'm getting the people of God know it's gonna be traumatizing when you find out who the people you trusted was your biggest enemy is. Okay? So as I sat at this table with my aunts and my Grammy was on my right hand side, but not in my visual. And when my auntie say your mommy is my sister or whatever, and she got to do for me or however. And she started smiling and she tried to make it seem like, oh, she's a good person. And her face did look a little prettier than usual, but in her eyes, it still looked like very much so wicked. It's almost like she had a wicked job done, a wicked, surgery to try pretty up the face a little bit. So, and then in the dream, I was prompted to basically turn around and look at my Grammy, and I look at my Grammy face, and I look at my Annie face, and it was similar. So now this dream is trying to tell me that my auntie is telling me that she take after my Grammy. She or whatever. She just like my Grammy or whatever. The dream trying to tell me say my auntie the way she is or whatever because of my grandmother. Now mind you, when I was a very, very young child, I would say probably maybe even, I don't like call young ages. Let's say maybe about 6. Yeah, let's say I was about 6. I remember my Grammy kind of going through a phase probably of being very mean, very rowdy. My Grammy was like rowdy, okay? Yeah, so I remember a phase my Grammy was going through, like when she was very rowdy. And as usual, I was set up and put in a predicament at age 6. Now we talking about reality, I have a memory, where my sister and my cousin was on the ground talking about my Grammy, just being rude, talking about my Grammy bad. And I decided to join in. I younger than them, okay? I decided to join in and I say, yeah, man, Grammy's so rowdy. I can't wait till she die. A very inhumane, harsh comment. But you got your auntie wicked, your auntie wicked in your head, you know, telling you what to say as a child, things like that, setting you up. So then my Auntie Minnie was there, and my Grammy was there, and my Auntie Minnie was like, Kristen or whatever, and I was like, but they say things too. They were saying things too, and my Auntie Minnie was like, but no, Kristen, what you say is very different. That wasn't nice at all. What you say or whatever. She was trying to explain to me how. But I love my Auntie Minnie so much. I can't fucking lie. I love my Auntie Minnie so much, but I feel like she know how to deal with children. She wasn't, yo, but I love the people of God, just so sweet and of sweet spirits, but, you know, which remind me of one time when my auntie, she used to pick us up from school, and boy, one time I didn't see my cousin, my older cousin, Reverend, and I didn't see my auntie, and boy, I was crying after school, but I was crying. And when my auntie see me, she's like, my auntie Minnie, when my auntie see me, she was like, Kristen, I would never leave without you. Okay? She was like, you think I'll go home without you? I'd never leave without you. That just comfort me. That's something I'll never forget. And that's something I said to my kids too. Would comfort them. I say, baby, because sometimes, when you get a child used to being you picked up right away, when and every day you're in the same. So I tell my children, I just tell them, I say, listen to me. It don't matter if you see mommy running late or however, it don't matter. Know that I would never go home without you. You think I could go home without you? Listen to people of God, pass down being sweet and beautiful to your children. Pass down good things. Don't pass down trauma. Even when your children, never mind, even when your kids say something that is wrong, or we dealing with demons who telling these children, putting words in these children's mouth. So you speak to them with love, the way my auntie, when I say, oh, I wish my Grammy would die, I wasn't even in a mind frame to understand what death was at that time. That was like around age 6, and I tell you all, it wasn't until I turned like age 9, 10 when I realized what that meant. And I was sitting to the table, and I tell you all the story in one long video. I tell you I was sitting at the table, and I was like crying and then God spoke, and he said, don't be afraid of that. And I want to reiterate that to the people of God again. Don't be afraid of that. I can write that down. Don't be afraid of that. So we could spin the block on that. Okay? So obviously at that point I didn't even know what that meant, but my auntie didn't make a frenzy and jump up and carry on. She just said that what you said was very insensitive, and very hurtful. Don't say things like that. You don't always have to chastise people harshly, okay? But my Grammy, she didn't row. She didn't beat me. I was surprised because after my auntie made me understand how insensitive and how rude and unacceptable that comment was, I didn't even get punished. But my Grammy changed. I say that, and she changed. She was never the same. She came closer to me. We became very, very, very close after that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know why. I don't know if me saying that had meaning, if it had purpose to make us see that, hey, the road you're going down, being to people, treating the people in your house, your family, the way you treating your family unkindly is not the way to go. You understand what I'm saying? I want your people of, man, the devil mad, man. Clad. The devil say, cuss, Kristen. The devil say, why you cussing? Cussing, carry on, man. I don't desire to cuss and carry on. Oh, Jesus, he landing on my face now. No, Lord, oh, Lord. See, now, I clip up the boy. Clip there up. She ready for water, huh? I know Taekwondo. I would say ready for wars now. Anyhow, like I was saying, people of God, my husband want me to take the like I was saying, people of God, oh, realize that I feel like that was a wake-up call for my Grammy. My Grammy was a lion of Judah that was being hunted and probably letting the circumstances of our life and the trials and tribulation bring misery at home to our family, whom you love. The people in your household, treat them with love and respect as if they are God, because God is in these people. God is in everyone around you. When you encounter a person, you could be either encountering Satan or you're encountering God. It's all about what entity is reigning over that person's life. Treat godly people well, and even treat satanic people with respect. Like I told you, when we deal with people, it is never to stoop down to their level and insult them, but to whip them with the truth. To whip them with the truth. You understand? Which humbles them. Okay? You correct them in the right way. And if then, only thing I say is right is if you want to be insulting and you insult me, that gives me the right to insult you back. But I don't ever start off insulting nobody, and I don't even always have to. You could some situations you could be now that we are more aware of Satan's system, we could even be wiser and greater to know that we don't even have to stoop to your level and insult you back, because these people who insulting people, they ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit, nigga. You ain't shit cracker. Huh? You ain't shit. I also want to say to all my people of God who have been denied their promotions and stuff like that. When I was a child, I was never allowed to be a prefect or anything like that. And I always wanted to be, I always, I was never allowed to, every time I come to a place to kind of be promoted, I was never allowed to be promoted and stuff like that. It just never happened for me. Why? Because we were living in Satan's system, and God have greater for me. This ain't going the way I want this conversation to go. Look at the greatness God had in store for me. God has in store for me. Okay? God has revealed to me that I am the great, oh Lord, I haven't talked about that yet. Huh? I'm the great queen that you've been waiting for, huh? So all of you people who have been denied promotions, denied and Satan systems, is because you have great calling and you're a great leader. God have great purpose for you in his system, in his world. Okay? That makes you feel better. Hey, what else is on the agenda? We was talking about the dream and now I can't even remember where I left off with the dream. But I just want to say that I remember now. My memory getting better and all. It's all mentality. Like what you think as a man, think it, so is he. I feel like my memory is even improving. So, as I was saying, oh Lord, I was saying my memory was improving, but I was also saying that that comment was a wake up call for my Grammy and she did change. Okay? And that dream was just reiterating something to me about Satan's system, that what is the number one when Adam and Eve ate the apple and God came. I have to breathe out, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Just, when you're just tired talking to your children, but you're just wishing for the best. I hope you do well. That's what it is. I kinda need a break. Mommy need a break. My life has been good for me. I haven't been tortured and stuff, I could see a great change in my life, but I just need that, princess treatment. I need to be loved. I've been away from my family for a long time. I'm not used to not getting hugs and kisses all the time. I'm not used to having someone laying by my side. I'm not used to this and that. I'm not used to having no love. I'm not used to love God. I need to be loved. So the first thing that happened was the Adam and Eve did what? They throw the blame on they you know they throw the blame on the next person. It wasn't my fault. It was this one. Adam say, the woman you give me make me eat the fruit. The woman say, the snake make me eat the fruit. Huh? There was no responsibility for their own actions. That is the first attribute of the wicked. People of God, take responsibility. I would tell my children, when you do something wrong, you take full responsibility for your actions and you do the necessary things, take the necessary precautions to clean it up. And in your cases, babies, my little Vicky, wicked babies out there, is bravery. You have to face your fears. Be brave and courageous. I have this analogy where I say, believe it or not, I have love for the wicked. I have love for the wicked. I do. But I have love for the lost person inside the wicked person. I have love for the lost. I wish the best that you would set yourselves free. And I was thinking, I was like, if I had a hospital, I would say, come wicked babies, everybody go line up to get your blood drained and strained and purified. Come to God's hospital and get it purified. This is what I need you to think of it as. And when I wake up this morning, I say, what will be my hospital? The hospital is dead. Do not be afraid to death, because this, do not be afraid. I talk so bad when I on this camera. When I listening to myself, I be like, Jesus, I clashing two different sentences together and all. Probably where I speak so much sometimes. Death is not the end. Okay? This is a shell. This is a shell. You are a soul. Okay? Uh, the Holy Spirit is what resides with you to make you a, yes, you have a spirit man and you have a soul. Okay? Your spirit man, is like the Holy Spirit with guiding you or whatever. Soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it, however. I talking about your soul right now. When you die, you go to either Abraham's bosom or you wait in a place called, I think it's like Hades, where the evil people wait for judgment. Some people waiting in torment for judgment. That's not even hell yet. And some people waiting in a nice little paradise just waiting to come back into the system to get to be reborn into new bodies. Okay? Judgment day is fast approaching. Okay, so I also want to say that when it came to being wicked, like when you did wicked things, for example, my deceased stepdaddy, when he committed that crime or whatever against my sister, God revealed to me that he thought that was something that he had to do because the onion walkie-talkie told him to do that, and the person and the demon behind the onion walkie-talkie was my aunt, wicked aunt. So when I cracked the case on that and when I solved the case on that, I was told that my stepdad was able to be released from his wicked place. I mean, from where he was being held in a bad place. And he was able to go over on the other side and wait in Abram's bosom. Okay? So fret not, every trial is upcoming. It's all based on what you did, you know, and why you did it. Okay? Bang. Oopsie. Children of God, even my wicked babies out there, remember that you can do all things to Christ who strengthens you. You can do all things to Christ. And remember, fear feeds into the devil. Fear empowers Satan. Fear will bring more turmoil to you. Bravery is bravery is your extinguisher. If the devil have power over you to bring harm or whatever, bravery is your fire extinguisher. So you use bravery. How do you notice the mentality that I have? That whatever God does is well done. Whatever God see fit for my life is well done. What is my mentality when it comes to the safety of my children? I can only do what I can do. And I will do my best. But everything else is in the hands of God. My children are only borrowed. They were only lent to me. But God is the ultimate caretaker of my children, and whatever God see fit for my children's life, because God is all knowing. God knows their innocence and their purity, their pure innocence that need to be protected. God is very aware. And like I say, if I be God and something happens to a child, I tell you, I'll take that soul out a very long time, because God protects innocence. Okay? Trust God. If it comes to them being sick, you do your best to be at their bedside. Me, I'm an example that God still performs miracles. Miracles do happen. Miracles are possible. It was impossible for me to be here today in my right mind and all of this and all this. So that means that God performs miracles. Your child's sick, you do your best to be at their bedside and do what you can. But it's in God's hands. Stop trying to have control on your life and just say whatever God does, whatever he do is well done with me. I have to get out God way and let God be God. If God say I need to go into the hospital, which is dying, so that I could come back, this is why I say die with God. Okay? So that God could clean you up. God want to remove the wickedness out of you. Okay? From the root and start afresh. You have a rebirth. Okay? Be brave and courageous. I wish I didn't know the scriptures. Some scriptures say be brave and courageous and whatever, but I don't know all the scriptures like that. Who's gonna run this down tonight? Anyhow, so God revealed to me. I made a video where God revealed to me that Rihanna is basically a replica of my child to be that I'm going to have. Not only that, God also revealed to me that she's also an example of my kingdom spouse and I. Her and Chris Brown's relationship is an example of me and my husband's to be relationship had we met earlier on. Because I believe we were supposed to meet in my Grammy church. But things happen, okay? That caused me not to be there. And then he went to the church and he ended up liking somebody else in the church who was available. But I feel like I was supposed to be there, but I was out of place. I feel as if God, it was supposed to be where my kingdom spouse was supposed to meet me at my Grammy church, at my home church. Okay? But my Grammy took sick. And then I started to, they advised me, but I still used to carry her to church. They advised me to start taking her to the early morning services or whatever. I don't know. It don't matter. When he came there, I wasn't there. I was supposed to be in the church. I wasn't there. And when I went to Exoma, he wasn't fucking there. You see how that go? They say it's a string, and they just keep going, the long string between the kingdom spouses until you find each other and whatever. So I was out of place the first time when he came to look for me. When our spirits was trying to connect, and then he was out of fucking place. When I went to Exoma, he wasn't there. But God revealed to me the same analogy, whereas what God has to be done is happen, and what Satan has to be done is be done in different times. So God revealed to me that had me and my husband met at early ages, we would have had a big clash out. That situation would happen like to Rihanna and Chris Brown would have been similar to what would have happened in our relationship. Okay? So now, since their relationship was a failure somewhere in the world, so one had to fail, because the enemy attacking, one had to fail so one can thrive. So we made it now. We made it in this different timeline. Okay? That all the timelines would happen at once. That's crazy, eh? Yeah, so I hold on, let me hurry up. Devil mad though. But yes, so Rihanna and her name, I made a video already, which I'm going to post, I think, still, where I break down Rihanna's name. Okay, Rihanna's name, Robin. Robin means shining, and Rihanna means great queen. And Fenty, her last name means Marchtown. So and Rihanna and her songs are very important too. So Rihanna is sing shine bright as a diamond. So I chop it up to say, the wise men were told to follow the shining star, the bright shining star of a great queen. The shining star of a great queen will shine over Marchtown. That's Marshaba Abaco, and where am I? I was saying in the other video, this is where my baby, the great queen that y'all waiting for, will be born. But actually, She'll be the second because I am your great queen. Coming out. I'm coming out. Listen to me. I want y'all to be loved. I want to make sure that the people of God are loved and every need is met, that you will not need or want. There's no reason to be jealous, just reason to be great. I talking about hearts, royalty and swag everywhere. Everywhere. Swag everywhere. We go, swag everywhere. Great people. I want you to be free to do and be all that you can be. I want you to be proud and being unique and being your unique self. You know how that analogy where they say they go carry their flag and check it in the fucking moon? I want each and every individual person of this world to carry your fucking flag and say, I am! And check that shit in the earth. This is me. This is who I am. Let me reintroduce myself, people of God. Be the person that God has called you to be. This is your great queen, his wife, from Love, Kristen Trisha.
Queen Kristen Trisha.
To be soon. Taken to side. From Love, gone viral.
New Jerusalem.
Hey, come on, let's go into your New Jerusalem. Only with Love gone viral. Love gone viral. Only with Love gone viral.
Watch the move. Everybody from old school back to new school. Yeah, I'm dancing. From old school go back to new school. Pop my collar so my box my park my school shoot me. Me dancing me vibing me. Crazy I beat like it new. I saw me kick, I saw me rock. World Series, that one ya shot. Jiggy with it what me wrist them a rock. Crazy I when he kicks them a drop. I wanna dance and show up in me move. Them the old school and the new school dance. I'm walking up the street. I wanna scam you can bring back couple more. When the song them dropping at the club, put this for repeat. Yeah, that one ya sting like wasp and trailing. Boston gal a reaching for the teaching. That one ya hot so the gas pan me bring facts I'm speaking. Gal them in at the party with the tats and bleach in motion wave on the shore and no beach thing. Camp we a scam to the dancers meeting. Not man reasoning. Feed them gal with the skankers seasoning. Forever morning till evening. We pull up from dances keeping. Tired them screeching, only them creeping. I wanna dance and show up in me mood. Them the old school and the new school dance. Them fucking up the street.